Oh, did we finally get... Hey, Melody Muse.
Who's that?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, hey, hi, who's that? Let's make a quick Google. Who is Melody Muse?
Man, I hope this doesn't show any fucking weird shit.
That's why we go on IMDb. Obviously castorice. They played Candace Crush in Honey Pop 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know them. They're relatively probably newer to the scene.
Yeah.
They played Galatea in Soul Hunters, whatever
Aren't
that
you
is.
in Honey Pop? Or was that Hayden?
Hayden was in Honey Pop 1. But they were in Honey Pop 2. And that's in 2021. So they've been voice acting for a while, but it seems they started breaking a little bit more in recent years. They don't have a lot of credits on IMDb. And it seems that castorice is going to be the big put you on the map role. That's another thing too with freaking Star Rail. We're not going to go
They do
to
a great job with castorice, and this will probably be absolutely huge for them.
Oh no, this is their biggest role. According to, at least going by IMDb, this is their biggest role. This is the biggest role they could have booked yet. And that's another thing too. Now, and we're not going to go too into it because we're not going to talk about the strike or anything like that because that's been a whole hot button topic. But I am only going to say that when it comes to the voice actors, at least in this patch, or at least the voice actors for the characters that are coming out, I cannot blame them, especially if they're non-unions, for taking these roles despite the strike, because being a 5-star character in a Hoyo game is such a life-changing role.
Yeah.
I only know them from Crush Crush. Yeah. Been watching her catch up to Ampho. I think she was revealed a while ago because of the trailers. But this is one of those roles where now you've got a big thing.
Landing a member of the Express crew or one of the headliners like castorice is literally career defining.
Yeah. This is a career defining role. This will be I'm going to assume that she goes by she her unless stated otherwise. But this is a career defining role. This is good. This is the role that will put your name on the map, on a map. This is probably the biggest thing they've had the opportunity to work on. And will be the notch on their belt that helps them get their foot in the door.
Not even close.
Yeah, this will be the notch on their belt that will get them through so many more doors.
Yeah, and then you have like someone like Morgan Lorraine, who is so nice they used her twice.
Like that's gonna be
because he used a 4-star and a 5-star.
Mm-hmm. That's another thing too. It's like, yeah, if you voice a 4-star, that's gonna be it's still a very, very wonderful credit to have. But unfortunately, with Hoyo games, the 4-stars just do not get as much love. They just unfortunately do not. Star Rail has been pretty gracious. The fact that we saw Yukong in a recent patch when the Zien show that she came when the Zien show that she was involved with was such a long fucking time ago that we still that we saw a 4-star again. The fact that Mr. Rekka, who is rumored to be a 4-star, is still so hyped up and people are like, we don't care, we want him so bad. Like,
basically went from being a C and D list project actor to landing in a list headliner. It's insane.
Yep. I'd also say ZZZ. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't play ZZZ. So I don't know about ZZZ. But the point mainly being is not only is working in a Hoyo game also give you access to more Hoyo games because now they've worked with you and they trust you. So you've built a name with the company, which means that you now also have a much easier time potentially getting into the other games, which only even just further stretches your reach. Again, this is a career-defining role. This actress just went from what people would consider, again, a lower, like, D, C tier, like, celebrity to B to A tier. This, again, this is going to shoot them to the moon. If they started, like, someone, Depot, you mentioned that you've been watching her catch up to Amphorius. She was I'm
This role is
sure.
going to land her more roles, no question.
I am sure. I am for certain that she started streaming. If she wasn't already, she started streaming because she got this role. And it's brought a ton of people to her channel, just like it did with the other Star Rail streamers that aren't Sayu.
Yeah.
That aren't Sayu. I have to.
Ha 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 ha.
Like freaking Allegra Clark, Camden, like freaking Emily's son. I can't remember everyone by their name, and I feel bad. But like all those Honkai, yeah, like all those Honkai Star Rail actors who streamed. Freaking Howard Wang, who's a VTuber now. Like, they were also able to jumpstart a streaming career, which means that if something happens with voiceover, they have something to fall back on and cushion themselves. Like, this is a big role.
Mhm.
And to throw that chance away for solidarity, while it is still a good cause, once the strike eventually resolves, they can't take back this role. Hopefully it hasn't been given to somebody else by then. Because unfortunately, again, acting is a very, very oversaturated and competitive field. It is such a competitive field. The next role that you book could be the one that changes your life. It could be the difference between you doing this as a side gig on the weekends to it being your full-time job and you being able to go to conventions and get the money and the financial profit that you get from that, selling prints and freaking doing all that stuff. It's literally life-changing. I can't blame people for being like, I'm not even in the fucking union. This is gonna get me healthcare.
Yeah.
I don't blame them.
Yeah.
And that's something that I feel like when I've seen in the conversation, I no one mentions that. These roles are life-changing roles. When you're a non-union actor and you need fucking healthcare, and the union's on strike and not accepting new people or whatever the hell the union's doing right now, this is going to be what gets you healthcare. Or if you end up in the emergency room, this is going to help you pay that bill.
Yeah. No, it's.
I don't blame them. I'm sure that it hurts them that they can't stand in solidarity with their fellow actors, but they need to pay their bills.
You should never give someone grief for trying to pay the bills, man.
Just
ain't right.
But that's all I wanted to really get into.
That's some serious solidarity there.
That was all I really wanted to get to. Fucking congratulations to Melody. She's been absolutely killing it as Castorice. And if anyone is looking down on her for taking this role and putting food on her table,
suck the fattest of dicks.
Fucking just look inside yourself and really think about why you're getting on somebody's. There are nicer ways to be critical. You can be critical and you can be polite. You can be critical and you can be professional. Doesn't matter what side of the fence you're at. It doesn't matter what side. You can be critical.
The one thing I'll say, I don't understand why anyone would blame them for not sacrificing their careers to stand in solidarity for a union that explicitly does not stand with them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They,
Again, that this is not this is not the place for that conversation. Some of them will probably say that that's not how it is and that's an opinion led by misinformation, but again, I'm not here for that conversation. I'm just here being like looking at the most of the voice actors that are non-union. These roles can change their lives and have for previous instances. It has shown that a Hoyo role is a life-changing one. And I can't blame a non-union actor trying to break into the industry for turning that I can't blame them for accepting the role and going in to record and everything, despite what backlash they could get from it.
Yeah, no.
I know in the recent scandal it's because of a recast, but again, it still goes back to a Hoyo role is a very career-defining role. Anywho, once more,
Rant over.
rant over. Castorice.
城邦侠蝶在那里就肩负起了行刑手的职责，在那里所有人都是
My
要
main
死的，
meaning is
所以
that they're
作为
asking
避
them
难
to
受
give up
那
something
他
far
也
greater
因
than
此
anything they intend to offer.
Yeah.
I know, but I know, but unfortunately, none of us are in
So
that
I just can't fault them.
Yeah. It's that thing where unfortunately, we're not in the union. None of us are in the industry. We can't truly comment. I know I made a post on Twitter and on Blue Sky that got a couple of, more so the Blue Sky one, got more replies from several voice actors in the industry. And then some who shared statements by some voice actors, and it's a very complex situation. But yeah. Plus another thing about this bit topic, don't harass the VAs. We've already had that conversation. You probably weren't here before, Ribsona. The way without going too into it again, I've already said that I don't blame non-union actors for accepting these roles, because a Hoyo role, especially for a 5-star, is a career defining, life-changing role, as we have seen with previous Hoyo actors who were relatively unknown, and how they've been able to jumpstart streaming careers and go to cons and stuff, and essentially it's put them on the map. These are career defining roles, and I do not blame a non-union actor for taking them, especially if it's what gets them healthcare because the union doesn't. So, because they're not union. So I absolutely under no circumstances should anyone be getting harassed. The economy sucks right now. We have bills to pay, and solidarity and a strike is all nice and on paper, and I'm totally down for AI protections and everything. It's something we should have. But at the same time, first off, you've got people in the union who are still recording for their respective Hoyo games, and I've not seen them get any flack aside from the fandom. They haven't gotten any flack from their fellow voice actors, as far as I know. And again, like, for the same reason of I need to put food on the table, medical bills, expenses, debts, and things like that. We got bills to pay. And unless someone is funding that for us, it's like we gotta work. We gotta work. It's unfortunate, but like, we also can't assume everybody's life story. I wish they could all act in solidarity and get this stuff figured out. It's such a complicated, messy bag. And again, we've already had the conversation. We are not going back to it. We're done. The actors have been doing an amazing job. They deserve to get paid for their roles. They also deserve AI protections. But right now, especially in the case of non-union actors, it's either one or the other. They can't have both. And that resume needs to get filled out if they want to do this more. That's it. Oh, I was waiting for the VAs getting harassed and apparently receiving threats about Castorice's global passive. I didn't know about that. That's
People,
what? I'm not surprised. Actually, I'm not fucking surprised.
Are people threatening actors because of what the game
This
developers are?
always happens, Anthony. This
That's
happens
so-
even outside of games. Remember that one Star Wars actress that freaking got harassed and bullied because people didn't like her character? It
Oh
happens.
yeah, Rose Tico girl. The character, the woman who played Rose Tico. Yeah.
It just happens in general. I can't think of any other recent ones, but there have been recent ones where just for the actions of their character, the voice actors have been fucking threatened and freaking harassed, and it's so fucking stupid. Don't fucking do that. You're a fucking idiot if you do that. Leave the voice actor is literally just that. They're an actor. They're there to portray and bring the character to life. If they did so fucking well that you actually fucking hate the character to that powerful extent, you should be thanking them. You shouldn't be fucking harassing them. They did an amazing goddamn fucking job to elicit so much emotion and passion from you. Congratulate them for that. Don't fucking harass them. Oh my fucking god. I hate having this conversation every fucking time there's a character that has issues. And in this case, even more so, because the voice actor has no input on the fucking kit.
Yeah.
God, I hate fandoms.
Yeah, no,
Well,
I
that's
don't.
too
I despise fandoms. Fandoms.
This is why I don't hang out with none of y'all fucking fandom assholes. Y'all can't. I can't with y'all.